Welcome back to the channel, folks. I don't know what's going on with me and live streams. I think there's some kind of curse because we did a live stream yesterday. A bit later I looked at the recording and again I saw that the video was just lagging tremendously. I've checked my upload speed, it's fast enough. Maybe it's something in OBS. Every time I open that, everything just becomes slow and laggy. I turn it off and everything works just fine again. So if anyone has an idea or a solution, please let me know, because I feel like I'm kind of running out of ideas here. With that being said, of course, we're going to look at BTC. We have a few very nice local trading setups. But first, I want to look at what we did yesterday, because it looks just like a little bit of a sideways range. And yesterday during the live stream, I said I like to see a bounce from either this yellow line right here, that is the very old or older high from that range right there. We front ran that just a little bit, or I said, if we are going a little bit deeper, I also find it fine to, whoop, there we go. It's fine for me to go to this SFP and maybe then go a little bit lower, dip in it, and then eventually go higher again. So do something like this. That could also be a nice trade, but we did not get it. Matter of fact, and I quickly want to zoom in here. Mind you, we're here on the 1 hour. This line right here, this low, was the low from Wednesday. So since we were trading yesterday, that was then the previous day low. Price went underneath and went underneath again, and then we had this low. Then I was looking at this like, wow, this is very, very ugly. I waited for a very long time because I was hoping for one more big dip and then to go higher, and that would then be my entry. When I saw this, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is just an ugly low. This is not what I want to see. I don't want to see these candles so close to each other. That needs to be a bigger wick and a faster buy up, because price action on here was just very slow. And then very slowly we went up, and then you can see that this high is slightly lower than this high. So we're kind of right in the middle. We have a very bad low. We did not take the liquidity, and we have a pretty bad high because we did not really take liquidity there and then reject it. So we're a bit in the middle. What do you do usually in these kinds of situations? You do nothing. You wait until the market shows your hand, and then you pick a side. One other thing that I saw yesterday, it doesn't happen a whole lot, but it is interesting to see. That is the rejection of VWAP. This is now on the 5 minute. It's nice to show you. You can see here we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or maybe even 8 if you were zooming in a small time frame. So many rejections here of VWAP during one trading session. That could have been quite a lot of scalps. This is again 0.5, this one is almost nothing, this is 0.6, this is 0.5. so if you were fast and you took profit fast, then it was scalpable. Not really something that's my cup of tea, or at least yesterday. But it's interesting to see, and I actually also suspected once we broke out that we would see a quick move to the upside, because VWAP then is finally conquered. But then eventually we rolled over again, and we also already had these bad lows. So yeah, a little bit of a weird price action yesterday. However, like I said, now let me just quickly put the volume profile back in. There you go. Now actually we are looking at a few very interesting trading setups. The one that I gave you yesterday during the live stream is still very much valid. So it's a little bit lower. That is a golden pocket measured from this low to the high we put in. Golden pocket starting off from approximately 64,300 to approximately the very area low. So really see that, sorry, very area high of the range. Therefore I put it back into the screen. As you can see, we have this big volume profile and a back test. We haven't had that so far. Would actually be a nice long opportunity. So really see that as a range starting off from approximately 64,300 to 63,300 to 63,500. Would we lose that, or would we go lower? Then this golden pocket is still very much in play. That is then measured from this low that we put in into the high, back to the golden pocket, and that is approximately 62,500, 62,500 ish. That is then the golden pocket. Also here set, keep this as a range, because if we would dip underneath here, take liquidity, and then to go higher would absolutely be fine for me. Then you go slightly lower than a golden pocket, but I would absolutely trade that. Matter of fact, if we go lower and it's not during the New York session, I might even set a limit order there. Other than that, I want to add 2 other local trades because price action has been slightly slow in the last few days, so we just need to trade it level by level, and looking so deep or so low into price to get a trade, that is maybe not so likely if we continue at least the volatility that we had yesterday. And that actually is very simple. That is just a long from the high, so that really would be then an SFP trade from that high, and a SFP trade here from this low. So whatever comes first, if we do this, then I will long. I might take this, but only as a scalp, and then I think that we go higher. If we first go higher, then I still think that this could be a scalp, and this will be your swing long trade. But keep in mind that if we do something like this, you might do something like this, and then you go back to the golden pocket or 78.6, pretty deep retracement, but you're of course already long from here, so just keep that in mind. And then you go higher, would be super nice, and then you maintain this bullish market structure. So keep that in mind. So an S&P from the high, S&P from the low, both are in my opinion very much unfinished. I'll take whatever comes first. The only thing that I do want to give you as a last takeaway with this trade here on top is that if we do get something like an SFP, what strengthens this idea is that we already have a bearish divergence here on the 1 hour, and you can see momentum wave is already coming lower, but also the money flow is pretty much pouring out right now. This could still bounce off, but this is a full-on confirmed bearish divergence if price can come up one more time and take out that high that we created. So I think actually for today we can take out any of these levels. The range is not even that big, but those are the more local scalps, and these 2 levels down here, those are then most likely swing trades if we can get it. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot. I'm not looking for any shorts any higher because I said it already a couple times, and I might sound a little bit paranoid, but I do think that this can still be a liquidity run, and therefore I'm also slightly afraid that if we do get a small move somewhere today, one of these local levels that I just gave you, that will eventually ignite maybe a weekend run, because I already said a couple times this is a very annoying run to the upside. We barely get any backtesting. You get a lot of this sideways stair-stepping action, so yeah, there's not a good retrace. I actually was hoping for something more like this that trades much nicer than you have something like this, or when we just go absolutely sideways, there's a pump, and then we go ever so slightly, and then suddenly there's a pump again, but there's not a good retrace to a level. That are the most annoying runs. So I'm not counting on a deep retracement, so something very shallow, and then to go higher again, and I would not be surprised if we see a pump to the upside to a new all-time high during the weekend, maybe this weekend. Why? There's liquidity on top, and you don't need a whole lot of liquidity to push price higher. So it would be an ultimate FU to get a weekend pump, leave everyone behind, and then just create a new all-time high by approximately Sunday night, pumping to Saturday, pumping to Sunday. Everyone missed the long trade to the all-time high, and yeah, then the most of the damage is done. And of course you also see a lot of late longers, and then we'll see eventually where price ends up. So be very careful, be on price as a hawk. Make sure that if you get something like this, that you get into a long trade, and just ride it out in case you get that pump to the upside, that at least you're exposed to a long trade. That will be it for now. That will be it for this update. If you like the content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click, and also if you don't miss anything, leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. See you guys very soon again in the next one. Have a good weekend. Bye bye.